Hey, Queens, let's play a game of questions. Do you ever feel like you're stuck in a loop of overspending and then shaming yourself? Do you avoid checking your bank account because the anxiety is just too much? What if I told you that pit in your stomach isn't about the numbers on a screen? What if it's a message from your past? What if the financial fears that keep you up at night aren't about your current income, but about an old trauma you never healed? Today, we're cutting through the surface level advice to explore the real psychological link between your trauma, your mental health, and your money. This isn't a budgeting guide. We're going to get to the root of the issue today and find out how your trauma and your money are secretly connected. Let's start here. Your money behaviors are not the problem. They are symptoms of a deeper issue. Traditional financial advice assumes we make rational decisions, but for many of us, especially those from underrepresented backgrounds, our financial choices are often rooted in our most primal survival instincts. What if the real reason you avoid your bank statement isn't laziness, but an unhealed fear of not having enough? What if the reason you overspend isn't a lack of discipline, but a frantic attempt to self-soothe in a moment of stress? The truth is, your financial habits are often a direct result of your psychological patterns. Let's get specific. Your patterns can be linked to your nervous system's response to trauma, a scarcity mindset passed down through generations, or even undiagnosed mental health conditions. Financial behaviors in bipolar disorder. During a manic or hypomanic episode, your brain can be wired for a sense of limitless possibility, and impulse control can be non-existent. This isn't you being irresponsible. It's a genuine symptom that can lead to manic spending, large, often reckless purchases that can devastate your savings. Financial behaviors and anxiety. If you live with chronic anxiety, your relationship with money is probably a constant source of stress. This can lead to financial avoidance, a classic freeze response, or financial perfectionism and control, an extreme fight response. In both cases, your anxiety is in the driver's seat. Financial behaviors and childhood trauma. If you grew up with financial instability, that trauma lives with you. It can manifest as a constant fear of scarcity, even when you have a good income. This can lead to either hoarding money and never enjoying it, or overspending as a form of rebellion to prove to your inner child that we have enough now. The first step toward healing is to recognize these patterns not as personal failures, but as understandable reactions. You can't heal what you don't acknowledge. It's time to move into a new way of thinking. Your new mission is to reframe money management from a punitive system to a practice of radical self-compassion. The goal isn't to control your spending, it's to understand your spending so that you can heal. This is about being a mindful observer, not a harsh judge. The pause. As a practice of self-care, your most powerful tool is the pause. Before you make any non-essential purchase, take a deep breath. Place your hand on your heart and gently ask, what is the feeling I'm hoping this purchase will solve? The goal is to create a space of awareness between emotion and action. Gently identify your triggers. We all have financial triggers. Is it social media showing you what you don't have? Is it a difficult day at work? Start a simple log where you write down a feeling before you spend. Just knowing the why behind the behavior is a massive step toward changing it. This is data, not drama. Embrace mindful spending as a healing practice. Mindful spending is about aligning your money with your core values. Instead of mindlessly cutting things out, identify what truly brings you genuine joy and peace. Protect those values-aligned expenses. This is an act of self-love, and it helps your brain feel safe and cared for. Permission for imperfection. The core of self-compassion. You will mess up. You will overspend. And when you do, instead of spiraling into shame, take a moment for self-compassion. Place your hand on your heart and say, it's okay. I'm learning. I'm healing. This small act of forgiveness is the most radical thing you can do for your financial well-being. Healing isn't a straight line. By shifting your perspective from punishment to curiosity, you can start to see your money as a gentle and empowering tool. Now let's talk about how to put this into practice. You have the mindset. Now, let's build the muscle. This isn't about rigid rules. It's about building a foundation of trust with yourself. Your journey is about building confidence, not achieving perfection. First, create a financial self-care kit. This is a new, tangible tool for when a trauma response, be it the urge to spend or the need to avoid, kicks in. It could contain a journal to write down money thoughts without judgment, a list of your top 3 financial goals to ground you, a soothing tea bag, or a written reminder to be kind to yourself. This kit is a physical act of preparation, a sign to your nervous system that you have a plan for when you feel triggered. Second, practice reverse budgeting. Instead of meticulously tracking every single expense, you're going to track only 2 things, your savings or investments, and your spending on your top 3 values-aligned categories. Everything else is guilt-free spending. This is about flipping the script from a focus on restriction to a focus on intention and abundance. Third, map your money story. This is a therapeutic journaling exercise to understand your roots. Take a notebook and reflect on your earliest memories of money. What did you hear your parents say about it? What was your first financial trauma? This isn't about blaming anyone, but about understanding the origin of your scarcity mindset or financial fears. Fourth, set clear financial boundaries. This is a powerful act of self-protection. Your boundaries aren't just for people. They're for yourself and your habits. For yourself, this might be a rule like, I will not make an impulse purchase after 9 p.m. For others, it might be a gentle but firm, I'm not in a position to lend money right now, but I can help you find a resource. Setting boundaries is an act of empowerment that reinforces your commitment to your own financial well-being. The goal is not to be perfect, but to be consistent with these small, compassionate actions. Sometimes you need to see the cold, hard data to truly believe it. Your struggle isn't in your head. It's part of a statistically significant pattern. I pulled some up-to-date numbers from 2025 to show you just how real this is. First, let's talk about the emotional cost. According to a 2025 Northwestern Mutual study, nearly 70% of Americans say financial uncertainty has made them feel depressed and anxious. But that number jumps even higher for our audience. Over half of Gen Z and millennials say financial uncertainty keeps them up at night at least once a month. This isn't an isolated feeling. It's an epidemic of financial stress, and you're not alone in feeling it. Next, let's look at the generational impact. In 2025, we know that financial trauma is often a generational issue. A 2024 study found that childhood trauma is directly correlated with impulse spending in adulthood. In some cases, a person's risk of developing a problem with compulsive spending or gambling increases by 60% if they experienced adverse childhood experiences. Your spending is a direct echo of a past you're still processing. Finally, let's talk about the hidden financial costs. The link between mental health and wealth is undeniable. A recent study by Columbia Business School found that unmanaged mental health issues cost the U.S. economy over $280 billion annually. The study also showed that people with a negative outlook due to unmanaged mental illness invest less in high-risk, high-return assets like stocks, costing them significantly more in wealth accumulation over a lifetime. This proves that healing your mind isn't just about feeling better. It's about building a financial future that you can be proud of. So, how do you make this last? How do you ensure this gentle, trauma-informed approach isn't just a passing phase? First, find your money mindfulness routine. This could be a 15-minute check-in once a week to review your finances with curiosity, not criticism. Maybe it's a few deep breaths before you open a spending app. This routine is a form of self-care. It's a way to tend to your financial garden, not just try to bulldoze it. Second, normalize the conversation. Talk to your trusted friends and family about money. In 2025, the stigma around discussing finances is finally breaking down. You'll find that you're not alone in your struggles, and this community support is a powerful tool against financial shame. And finally, remember that this is a healing journey. You're not just building a budget, you're rebuilding your relationship with yourself and your money. Be kind to yourself and celebrate every small win. Every time you pause before a purchase, every time you add $1 to your savings, you are healing. You deserve a financial life that feels free, not fraught with anxiety. It's time to stop the cycle of shame and start the journey of healing. Your financial peace is waiting for you. So, take a deep breath. Right now, what is one small, gentle action you can take to begin this journey? Go find your spending awareness, create a joy fund, set up your first automated savings transfer. The smallest step forward is still a step toward your empire. Now, go get it. You are a queen. Act like one.